I am Aligar Lingappa, Assistant Professor in Physics, Government Postgrad College, Sirigupa. Today, I will discuss about bonding energy of nucleus. What is bonding energy? What is the expression for bonding energy? Then what is the unit of bonding energy? How the bonding energy will be formed? Where it occurs? So bonding energy of a nucleus, burning energy of nucleus usually which can be represented by the letter delta E. A nucleus consists of large number of protons and neutrons. The amount of energy required to hold all the nucleons together within the nucleus is known as bonding energy. So the minimum amount of energy required to break the nucleus into its constituents is also called as bonding energy. Here bonding energy means it is the amount of energy required to hold all the nucleons, so-called protons and neutrons within the nucleus is known as bonding energy. Or whatever the minimum amount of energy required to break the nucleus into its constituent particles is called binding energy. According to Einstein's mass energy relation, so called E is equal to mc square, where mass can be converted into energy, energy can be converted into mass. Where mass and energy, they are interconvertible quantities. And therefore, mass difference and mass defect appears as an equivalent amount of energy on the formation of the nucleus. During the formation of the nucleus, certain amount of mass will be disappeared. That means a real mass of the nucleus that must be less than the sum of the masses of the individual nucleons. So during the formation of a nucleus, certain amount of mass will be disappeared. Such a disappeared mass is called mass defect. So nuclear mass which is given by Mn is equal to Zmp plus Mn is Z into Mn, where Mn mass of the nucleus, Mp mass of the proton, Z that gives the total number of protons which are present in the nucleus, where A minus Z mass number minus atomic number gives the total number of neutrons which are present in the nucleus, Mn mass of the neutron. Let a capital M be the real mass of the nucleus. Then mass defect is given by delta M is equal to Zmp plus Mn Z Mn minus M. Where Mp mass of the proton, Mn mass of the neutron. Then binding energy of the nucleus is given by delta E is equal to mc square, or delta E is equal to delta mc square. So this mass difference will be converted into energy, so called binding energy. So according to law of conservation of energy, according to law of conservation of mass, so according to Einstein's mass energy relation, mass and energy, they are interconvertible quantities. Mass can be converted into energy, energy can be converted into mass. So that because based on that, Here the mass defect will be converted into energy is known as bonding energy. So the bonding energy which is given by delta E is equal to delta mc square, where see velocity of light, its value 2.9979 into 10 power of 8 meter per second. Then bonding energy B is equal to delta m into 931 mega electron volt. In terms of mega electron volt, the bonding energy expression, so B is equal to delta m, so called mass defect, into 931 MeV, mega electron volt, where 931 MeV, that must be equivalent to 1 AMU, 1 atomic mass unit. Then a specific binding energy, the amount of energy required to remove a nucleon from the nucleus is known as specific binding energy. Therefore, specific binding energy E bar is equal to BE by A, delta MC square by A, which is equal to delta M by A into 931 mega electron volt. Amount of energy required to remove a nucleon, so-called single nucleon from the nucleus, is known as specific bonding energy. Its expression E bar is equal to BE by A, which is equal to delta MC square, where B is equal to delta MC square by lambda. Again, that must be equal to delta M by lambda into 931 mega electron volt. So, greater the specific binding energy of the nucleus, greater will be its stability. So, stability of the nucleus which depend on the specific binding energy of the nucleus. Say for example, carbon 612, its atomic number, mass number 12, atomic number Z is equal to C, and its real mass M is equal to 12 AMU. Then a mass defect delta M is equal to ZMP plus A minus ZMN minus M. So further substituting the values of Z, MP, Mn, A and M, then 6 into 1.00728, where the 1.00728 the mass of the proton in terms of AMU, atomic mass unit, into 6 plus 6 into 1.00867. 1.00867 is the mass of the neutron in terms of AMU, minus 12, so which is equal to 0.0957 AMU. So called mass defect appear in case of carbon nucleus. Then binding energy B is equal to delta M into 931 mega electron volt, which is equal to 0.0957 into 931, which is equal to 89.1 mega electron volt. Then a specific binding energy which is equal to binding energy by mass number, which is equal to 89.1 by 2, which is equal to 7.42 mega electron volt, so called a specific binding energy of the carbon. Here binding energy, specific binding energy which is equal to BE binding energy by A, again which is equal to 89.1 by not to say 12, 89.1 by 12, which is equal to 7.42 mega electron volt, where 7.42 mega electron volt is the specific binding energy of the carbon nucleus. So called the amount of energy required to remove a nucleon from the carbon nucleus, that must be equal to 7.42 mega electron volt. The curve of binding energy is a graph that plots of binding energy per nucleon against atomic mass. So that means the mass number. This curve has its main peak at iron and nickel, and then slowly decreases again, and also a narrow isolated peak at helium, which is noted in very stable. So just you see the graph of binding energy per nucleon versus mass number. Initially the binding energy goes on increases, and then the sum of the peaks will be appeared at the middle of the curve. Then it can reach the maximum value. So further it slowly decreases. So this is the nature of the graph obtained when we plot the graph saying bonding energy per nucleon against mass number. Then what are the main features of this curve? So the bonding energy of nucleon is practically constant. That is practically independent of the atomic number for nuclei of middle mass number. A is greater than 30 and less than 170. The curve has a maximum of about 8.75 mega electron volt for A is equal to 6. This is the maximum specific binding energy, where A is equal to 56. That means the nucleus is the most stable element in the periodic table, and it has a value of 7.6 mega electron volt for A is equal to 138. So this is for uranium. A is equal to 56, so called iron. So then binding energy per nucleon is lower for both light nuclei, that means A is less than 30, and heavy nuclei A is greater than 170. What about the nuclei which are exist between greater than 30 and less than 170? They are more stable nuclei. From the above two observations, we can draw the conclusions given below. The force is attractive and sufficiently strong to produce a binding energy of few mega electron volt per nucleon. So, what about the force which exists within the nucleus is attractive and sufficiently strong to produce a binding energy of a few mega electron volt per nucleon. The consistency of the bonding energy in the range of A is less than 30, greater than 30 and less than 170 is a consequence of the fact that the nuclear force is short-ranged. Then C, a very heavy nucleus, say A is equal to 140, greater than 238, has lower bonding energy per nucleon compared to that of the nucleus with A is equal to 120. Thus, if a nucleus A is equal to 240 breaks into 2 A is equal to 120 nuclei, nucleons get more tightly bound. This implies energy would be released in the process, so called in case of nuclear fission. When uranium nucleus, if it splits up into two fragments, that means daughter nuclei, where the daughter nuclei they are more stable when compared to parent nuclei, so called uranium. So because of that, in case of nuclear fission, where the large amount of energy will be released, consider two very light nuclei, say equal or less than 10, joining to form a heavy nucleus. The bonding energy per nucleon of the fused heavier nuclei is more than the bonding energy per nucleon of the lighter nuclei. This means that the Furnace system is more tightly bound from the initial system. Again, energy would be released in such a process of fusion. This is the energy source of the sun. Say, in case of nuclear fusion, which occur based on, again, bonding energy related thing. So then further, in the above graph, we know that there must be the number of small peaks, where peaks they indicates that the element or nucleus which is more stable than their neighboring elements or neighboring nuclei. So then what is the mass defect? The difference between actual mass of the nucleus and the sum of the masses of constituents nucleons is called mass defect. As earlier I said that. So this the expression for mass defect. So delta m is equal to Zmp plus a minus z into mn minus m. Mp mass of the proton, mn mass of the neutron, m real mass of the nucleus. Then packing fraction. It is defined as the ratio of difference between nuclear mass and its mass number to its mass number. So F is equal to m minus a by a, the expression for a packing fraction. So in this class we discussed about what is bonding energy, the expression for bonding energy, a unit of bonding energy, how the bonding energy will be formed, then what is specific bonding energy, what about the expression for specific bonding energy, then the unit of specific bonding energy, and then further the curve specific bonding energy per nuclear versus mass number, and also the nature of the curve. Initially the bonding energy goes on increases, then there must be the number of peaks at the middle of the curve, then again the bonding energy per nucleon, specific bonding energy per nucleon gradually decreases. Then what about the significance of the peaks and the why the specific bonding energy gradually decreases for a higher mass number, and then further mass defect as features of specific bonding energy. So all those things. So thank you.